will see here how writing equations will help us express different scenarios we face. We will explore many games like the ones in the front of us. We have here Ferris wheel, and to ride it, we have to pay how many? 3 tickets. There is also a roller coaster, roller, and it's for 6 tickets. The circus scrambler, it's for 8 tickets. And I know that many of you like to ride it, right? Exactly. Moreover, the swing is for 4 tickets, right? Okay, and the Viking is for 5 tickets. Let's assume that one of our friends shows a game from the games here. She decided to express it in the equation t equals 5r. So, she expressed the equation t equals 5r, where t represents the number of tickets and r the number of times she wants to ride it. Okay, so which game did she choose? Through the images shown, here, we will find that the Viking is the game that needs 5 tickets in order to ride it. Okay, so I want you to use its equation to calculate the number of tickets needed to play it 15 times. I'll give you time to calculate and we will check the answers when we get back. First, let's write the following equation. T is the sum of all tickets that you will need. So, it equals the value of tickets, which is 5 multiplied by r. So, T equals 5 multiplied by r. So, we are going to replace r with 15, exactly. So, which is the number of times I will ride the game. As we said, the total number of tickets equals 5 multiplied what? R, we said it's 15, which is equal to T equals 75, exactly. So, our friends was able to determine the dependent and the independent variables from the equation, right? So she said that the value of r is dependent. She said that r is dependent on the value of t. R depend on t. Is she correct or not? I asked my students this question and one of their answers,
her answer is incorrect because number of tickets T depends on the number of how many times we play with, which is R. And the value of T is dependent variable, which depends on the value of R, which is the independent variable.
Okay, now let's choose another game in the activity titled Write an Equation. Use the previous table that shows the names of the rides and number of tickets, okay? Think about the relationship between the number of tickets you need for the new ride and the number of times you want to ride. I'll give you time to choose the game you prefer and write an equation to represent the situation using the variable r and t. And we will check the answer when we get back. A lot of students in my class chose the scrambler game because they like riding it. The table shows that the scrambler game, it needs how many? 8 tickets per time. My students expressed this relation with the equation T, let's write it, equals how many? 8R. 8 represents what? The number of tickets. This leads me to ask them a question. Should we symbolize the variable with T and R only? They told me that we can use any symbol for variables, but it's better to symbolize it with letters that indicates the meaning of this variable, as letter D symbolizes the number of tickets as long as it starts with T, so we can use variable T. While R symbolizes the number of time, which is rounds or rides, which is R, start with R, that's why we write R as a variable. I strongly agree with them actually. It's beneficial for us to choose symbols that express the meaning of the variables, as it helps us identify which variable is being expressed and you won't be confused while forming equations or when substituting values. Thus, it was easy for my students in the activity that follows to calculate the number of tickets they would need if they were to ride the games, how many? 12 times. So, let's erase this and write it a little bit down. So, T equals 8R. So, if we write 12 times, we will use the equation that we have here, T equals 8R, since R is the number of the played rides. We will make the rule of R equals how many? Exactly 12 rides. And T will equal to 8 here, and we will replace R with what exactly? 12, so 8 times 12, so equals, T equals what exactly? 96 tickets, right? You can also complete the games you have or other different kinds of games in the same way.
تقدر تتابع كل دروسك على تطبيق مدرستنا بلس. مدرستنا، المستقبل يبدأ الآن.